Hello everyone, let's start our today's topic, that is primary, secondary and tertiary sectors in India. So in our today's topic we'll also be talking about the importance of tertiary sector in production. Let's start with graph number 1. As you can see on your screens right now, graph number 1 shows the GDP by primary, secondary and tertiary sector. Firstly, what is GDP? GDP is gross domestic product. Now, this graph actually shows the production of goods and services in the three sectors in India. This graph shows the data from 2 years, that is 1973 to 74 and 2013 and 14. Now, we have basically used the data for these 2 years. Why these 2 years are taken? So that the data can be compared and is authentic. Very important thing to note here in this graph is that you can clearly see the total production has grown over the 40 years. What is the comparison between 1973, 74 and 2013 and 14 show basically? So this is showing the graph in all is showing the production of goods and services in the three sectors, and if we see the comparison between the 2 years, this clearly shows that the total production has grown over 40 years. Now, what conclusions can we draw from the comparison? So basically in this graph, as you know, that the total production is increasing. So there are various reasons why the production must have increased, because of the rising technology, and also the population have increased, the demands of the population have increased, and also we have done development in many of the spheres, many of the economic spheres, and also the industries are now having a much more advanced technique to increase their production. Now, these are some of the reasons which have actually led to the increase in production over these 40 years. Now, let's start with the importance of the tertiary sector in production. Why tertiary sector has rising importance? So over the 40 years, that is 1973, 74 and 2013 and 14, as we have seen in the graph, the production has increased. Here in this graph, we are talking about all the three sectors, that primary, secondary and tertiary sector. In all the three sectors, the production has increased over the 40 years. But talking about the tertiary sector, it has increased mostly in the tertiary sector. Now, as a result, in the year 2013 and 14, if you see that the tertiary sector actually has emerged as the largest producing sector in India, and it has replaced the primary sector of this position. So it is kind of, if you can see the difference, the primary sector is in blue color, secondary is in red, and tertiary is in green. So the increase in production of the tertiary sector is maximum over these 40 years, and it has also become the largest producing sector, and it has also replaced the primary sector. So the one question that arises is that why is the tertiary sector becoming so important in India? What are the reasons behind it? So we will be now discussing some of the reasons that why tertiary sector is becoming important in India. So firstly, in any country, several services are required. For example, hospitals are required, educational institutions are required, post and telegraph services, police stations, courts, village administration offices, municipal corporations, defense, transport, banks, insurance companies. All these services are the basic services that are required in any country. So these can be considered as basic services which are almost used by all the population living in that country. Now, in a developing country, the government has to take the responsibility for at least providing the basic services to the people. So hence, as you all know, that tertiary sector is also called as service sector and is responsible for providing these services, and hence its importance is increasing. Now, coming towards the second reason, that secondly, the development of agriculture and industry, it actually leads to the developments of services. For example, require transport services, trade we require, storage of grains and the produce that have been produced from the agriculture. Now, the greater the development of the primary and the secondary sector, more would be the demand for such services, so that the goods that are being produced, that are being manufactured in the industries, needs to be transported to the shops, to the wholesalers, so that they can reach the people, and hence there is the increase in demands of services. Now, thirdly, very important, the income levels have gone up, and certain sections of people have started demanding many more services like eating out, tourism, shopping, private hospitals, private schools, professional training, etc. So these services are required by the people of high income levels, and so these services are also being provided by the tertiary sector, and hence its importance is increasing. So we can also see the change that is quite sharply in the cities, especially in big cities where all these services can be made available easily. Now, fourthly, very importantly, over the past decade or so, if we talk about the last 10 years, so there's a certain type of new services that are emerging, such as those based on information and communication technology. Here we can take example of corona. When corona cases have risen up, our schools were shut down, and we have to make use of technology to take classes from home, and you have to study from home through the online classes. So by this we can see that there was the increase in the use of information and communication technology. So these are becoming very important and essential for us, and also the production of these services have been rising rapidly in the past decade. Coming up, chapter number 4, we'll be seeing some of the example of the new services and the reasons why they are expanding. We'll be seeing in chapter number 4. So these are the 4 reasons why the importance of tertiary sector is rising in India. Now, however, you must remember that not all the service sector is growing equally well. Why? Because service sector in India employs many different kinds of people. So at one end, if we see, there are a limited number of services that employ highly skilled and educated workers, and at the other end, if we see, there are very large number of workers that are engaged in services such as small shopkeepers, repair persons, transport persons, etc. So these examples basically show you that not all the services have been employing the people at equal numbers. The people in high skilled and educated workers are less in number as compared to small shopkeepers, repair persons, transport persons, etc. Now, all these people barely manage to earn a living who are employed in low paid jobs. They are doing these services because they have no alternative opportunities for work available for them. Now, only a part of this sector is growing in importance. For example, let's say communication and technology is growing very well. So, we will be talking more about this in the next video. Thank you so much.